Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to A Story Beside, where we have joined the story of Lyric, a young girl who is living in the Pyre Woods, and she is actually retelling the story of her life, and we are going through and making choices. So, without further ado, let us dive back in. I believe we need to go up to the inn to talk to our mother, who might have a task for us. So, but first, I really want to look at this.
Huh?
Why does Nana bother putting up these notices? The only people who ever come to our village festivals already know about them. Well, I suppose it's for the new people in the town. Like that poor man whose house we ransacked and spilled wine at. So adorable. I want to be friends with every baby animal in the world. Little baby chickens, little baby goats. Oh, what's happening here? Uh-oh, we've been surrounded. Don't be nervous now, little Lyric. They're only curious. Oh my gosh. I looked a little nervous. Their horns look pretty dangerous. They do, don't they? Lucky for us, oryx horns are just for show. They use them to attract mates and little else. It's a shame, really. They're perfectly gentle, harmless creatures, but those horns have made them a target for poachers for centuries. Here, go ahead and take this. It'll help you make fast friends. Oh, thank you.
Huh?
It's a root? That there is dream root. It only grows here in these mountain woods, and the oryx can't get enough of it. Looks like you've got a few takers already. To your left is a sunlight oryx. You can tell from the sheen in her brown coat. Daybreak wool is the softest, warmest wool you'll ever find. On your other side's a moonlight oryx. Their coats come in shades of black or white, but what's truly special about them is their milk. Midnight milk is known across the land for its rich and filling flavor. It's said you can live off of it for weeks. Wow, they both want it. Let's be the sunlight oryx. She was so happy to take it. But what about the others, Mr. William? Aren't they hungry? Don't you fret, little Lyric. I've got plenty of dream root to go around. Dragged myself away from the calves in the barn to feed these beauties. Hand feeding an oryx helps create a personal bond. Zoli there won't be forgetting your generosity anytime soon. It's important we treasure our friendship with these wondrous creatures. Sad truth is, there aren't many of them left. A particular diet along with coin-hungry poachers make it hard for them to thrive anywhere but these mountains. In fact, these are likely some of the last domesticated oryx in the entire realm. We've got to look after them with special care. Oh, that's so sad. I wonder if they get lonely. In a way, it's sad, yes, but it also makes each one of them more precious, more meaningful a friend. That's how I try to see it anyway. In any case, thanks for helping me out. Zoli thanks you too. And hopes you'll be back soon with more dream root. That was cute. Alright. Okay. Can we talk to him? Thank you for your help. Our oryx friends need a lot of looking after. Oh, and there's like more chickens up here. He's got a pretty barn. Oh, hello, little one. Oh, that's Finley. Oh, hey, Lyric. Want to hear a hilarious joke I made up? Why did the airship crash into the ocean? Because the pilot was a tomato. Haha, get it? Tomatoes can't fly airships. Haha. I'm glad he's proud of himself for that one. That's hilarious. Finn, a tomato would make a terrible pilot. This is like kid logic here. Yeah, that's why the joke is so funny. I'm gonna tell it to everyone in the village at dinner. Oh, little Finley. Wait, Lyric, Dad says no one is allowed in the barn today. He said the oryx calves need to sleep. Okay, oh, so Finley is the farmer's son. Done it, barnyard. Take care not to disturb our birds and beasts. Okay. Oh, hello, ma'am. Molly, if it isn't little Lyric, heard you had quite the afternoon running around with my 2 boys. Got yourselves in a right bit of mischief and all. That Kelsey could stand a lesson or 2 in manners, if you ask me. Her folks will spoil her right rotten if they're not careful. Forgive me, dear. Forgot who I was talking to. But wait, you might be the perfect person to help me with something. Oh my gosh. Don't go frowning like that. It'll only take a moment. I know how precious your time is, young as you are. See, my husband and I have been working to fix up this raised bed for a new crop, and we ran into a bit of a snag deciding what to plant. Oh no, I have to make decisions. Miss Molly, what does this have to do with me? Have a little patience, would you? I'm getting to that part. I'm leaning towards a beautiful flower garden. Imagine glancing out the farmhouse window and seeing some real color blooming out here. William, on the other hand, reckons an herb garden would be best for teas and salves and the like, the dull, practical choice. So then, after days of bickering, I suggested we turn the decision over to someone with no horse at all in our race. You're as impartial as they come, little Lyric. What do you think? Take your time, even if there's only one clear choice. Oh gosh. Well, I don't know what's about to happen in this town. I feel like something's about to happen, so I feel like an herb garden might make more sense and might help us. I don't know if it really matters what we decide yet in this game, so I think we're gonna plant an herb garden. A flower garden would be pretty, but I think you should plant herbs. Teas and salves are more useful than flowers. Oh, poor Molly. Oh, well, can't say I'm not disappointed, but fair is fair. Sworn to respect the decision of our little judge. I do appreciate your input, little Lyric, even though you fell on the side of my dear husband. An herb garden it is. Alright. Okay. I love their little clothes. This is like so many beautiful little details. Finn must have fallen into the river again. I wonder if Miss Molly ever gets tired of drying his clothes. Okay. Can I go? What is this? Dunnet Farmhouse. Fresh homegrown produce available at our stall. Can I go in? Oh, I can go in. Oh my gosh. I love the artwork. It's so pretty. What's that? Looks like the perfect spot for a little gray kitty. I wonder where Smokey went off to anyway. Oh, they have a little cat. And then... So humiliating trying to spell in front of everyone. Kelsey's never going to let me live that down. Okay, so I guess this is their little schoolhouse too. Is there an extra E in Sovereign? I still don't know. Oh, I love that we can explore. Oh. Pet cat plus pet fish equals empty fish tank. And we were so careful bringing him in from the creek. Oh no. I guess this must be Finley's room. Miss Molly is so great. My man would never let me leave toys all over the floor. I love the things. This like captures childhood really beautifully. It's like the things that you care about when you're, 6 or 7 are very different from the things you care about when you're older. Not just gonna dig through Miss Molly's wardrobe looking for treasure. I'm not an adventurer. Good one, Lyric. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh, journal entry, 18 star month. Something funny happened this morning. I was tending to our newborn chicks and found myself whistling an old farmer's tune to pass the time. When I turned to move away, every single one of the creatures turned and began hopping after me. I stopped whistling to marvel at their odd behavior, at which point they lost interest and returned to their mothers. For whatever reason, this particular gaggle of chicks seems to love the sound of whistling. I'm honestly not sure what to do with this knowledge. Perhaps I'll show Graham and Finn and their little friends. It should delight them for at least a moment or two before they rush off on their next adventure. It's so cute. Okay. I think we've thoroughly explored in here. And let's see where is next. Alright. I just love the little chickadees. Okay. Ooh, what's over here? Looks like some kind of like armory? Blacksmith? Hello? Donovan. Oh, Lyric. Not bothered by the foul clanging, eh? Myself, I'll take hammer on steel over the twins' constant bickering any day. They're at it again inside. Had to step out, clear my head. Hard to believe those two shared a womb. Can't share so much as a toolbox these days. They do seem to fight a lot. All the time, actually. Suppose it's just siblings being siblings. But then you and your sister get on like bread and butter, don't you? We sometimes fight. We do fight sometimes. She gets mad when I touch her things. Glad to hear it. Yours looks like the perfect saintly family from the outside, but I suppose we're all only human. Get along now, Lyric. Gotta set these blades to cooling before dinner. Okay. Hilton Hammer. Reliable weapons and armor at affordable prices. Uh-oh. They bickering now. You're seriously still mad at me, Sistra? After all this time? You can sure hold on to a grudge. It's not a grudge. You leave my tools lying around all the time. The wrench was just one example. Oh, and Sistra means little sister, blockhead. We're twins. Does it really? Okay, you got me. I never paid much attention to Miss Prim's lessons. To be fair, I was the victim of some pretty intense bullying from one of the other students. We were homeschooled. I was the only other student. Yeah, and you were a huge bully. Still are. Oh my gosh. So that's how you want to settle this? Another bloody nose? Bring it on, sister. You can barely lift your hammer with those girly arms. Hi. I'm here. Oh, hey there, Lyric. Welcome to Hilton Hammer. Reliable weapons and armor at affordable prices. How can we help? What was that about? What were you just fighting about? It sounded serious. Actually, maybe you can settle it for us. You're a neutral third party. You'll be able to see right away my blockhead brother is wrong. My sweet, not at all screwy sister is mad because I occasionally borrow her backup toolbox while I'm working on a piece for the shop. And my brother thinks it's just nifty leaving my tools on whatever random table tickles his fancy, like they were his. And my sister thinks it's just swell getting furiously angry about it even though she never ever needs the tools I borrow. So, what do you think? Oh no. Well, I feel like you shouldn't be taking your tools. Even if it's an old toolbox, it still belongs to Brianna, and you should respect other people's things. Exactly. I knew I liked you, Lyric. Well then, back to work. Yeah, back to work. I feel like I'm making decisions for this whole town, and I am only, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old? Thanks for siding with me, Lyric. I can't believe my blockhead brother sometimes. No respect at all for my things. It's not really about the tools, you know. Brianna doesn't care about the tools. She just gets so cranky and takes it out on me. Well... Amazing how this saw can cut through big old logs like it was nothing. Amazing and a little scary. That is my thoughts exactly, Lyric. If I knew how to make weapons, I'd forge a giant sword like the one Muriel Daybringer used to fight off the goblin army. But that's just a story. In real life, no one would be able to carry a sword that big. How do Isaac and Brianna read their own handwriting? Even Finn's letters are neater than this. I like that we're just... Maybe this episode is just snooping around the town. Brianna sure likes her hammers. She displays them like artwork. Okay, so that's Brianna's room. And this must be... Hey, Jackdaw. Jackdaw, still counting down the days. I know you're worried about getting caught, but I really want to watch the Pyrelights together, so we'll just have to be extra sneaky. Roguish? Is that the word? It's stupid and girly or whatever, but I don't care. I can't wait. You're a hummingbird. Jackdaw? Hummingbird? Does Isaac have a secret girlfriend? Maybe. And I think maybe tonight, I can't remember if it's tonight, is like the Pyrelights Festival. Measurements for a wooden desk. Very detailed, very boring. Oh. Mr. Donovan keeps his bedroom locked. Oh. Wonder what's in there. Alright. So that was the blacksmith. I'm not sure. Ooh, what's that? Sunflowers. Mam used to read me a poem about sunflowers every night before bed. I'm too old for that stuff now, though. This is a very, like, peaceful town. Seems too peaceful. Graham's family always has fresh fruits and veggies for sale. I bet we'll be having some for dinner tonight. Hey, Finley. Nope, that's Graham. There you are, Lyric. Hey, you think Kelsey's folks let her have it for breaking that bottle? Uh-oh. I don't think so. Kelsey's parents let her get away with anything. Yeah, you're probably right. Why'd you let her take the blame anyway? I was trying to cover for her. I had to tell the truth. Mom and Dad taught me to always be honest. I had to tell the truth. Guess I can't blame you for that. I just didn't want Kelsey to be grounded from the festival or anything. I like hanging out, all of us together. Thanks, Graham. It's sweet of you looking out for us like that, even if Kelsey doesn't appreciate it. Aw. Don't sweat it. You're embarrassing me. Anyway, I'll see you at dinner, Lyric. Should be a fun night. Ooh, look at that huge farm. Isla says I'm not strong enough to draw water from the well. I bet I could if I tried. I just don't want to. That's fair. Alright, let's see. I think... Ooh, what is this magical place? I love the little window. Okay, what's this? The Blossom Boutique. Only the finest garments and specialty apparel. Hello. Did you need something, Lyric? Kelsey is playing outside if you're looking for our darling daughter. Thanks, Mr. Miles. Just poking around. Okay, so this is Kelsey's house and boutique. How pretty. I love the way that the lighting is in this game. Whoa, Mr. Miles and Miss Eva charge a lot of money for their fanciest outfits. I think I'm stuck with hand-me-downs. What's that? Oh. Okay. Look at this. It's just so pretty. I wonder what Miss Eva is working on next. Probably something really pretty. This is just, I love the way that the light is coming in through the windows. Kitty cat. Oh, Kelsey, you look even fluffier than usual today. Is there still a dog under all that fur? Oh my gosh, it's not a cat, it's a dog. Oh, hello. I didn't even see the person. I just was like, cat or dog. Must pet. Oh, Ava. Lyric, sweet girl, are your shoes holding up? Last I mended them, I didn't know you'd be wearing them gallivanting around the woods. Yes, thank you, Miss Eva. I really only have the one pair, well, except for my fancy slippers. Is something wrong with your dress slippers? I would think a festival night like tonight would be the perfect occasion to show them off. They're uncomfortable. They hurt my feet, Miss Eva. Do they have to be so pointy? Ha! Well, comfort isn't always the first consideration when it comes to fashion. That style is caught on like wildfire in the capital city. Go ahead and run along, sweet girl. I'll see what I can do about stitching you a new pair of slippers before the next festival. Aw, thanks, Ava. She seems sweet. Okay, and then the next room must be Kelsey's room. Oh, okay. Social scoop for all the latest stories and styles. Prince Seth fosters newborn puppy. It's true, ladies. We have yet another reason to love Prince Sephiel Nohensen Harris. The royal dreamboat was recently spotted on one of his woodland hunts with a brand new spaniel puppy. As if we could spoon any harder. More adorable details inside. Hotter clothes for cooler days. Don't be distracted by the summertime sun. Autumn is right around the corner, and you don't want to be caught flaunting any outdated looks. Want to know what trends fashion designer Esther Swain is predicting for the fall? Find out inside. I can't believe she gets these delivered every single month. Who cares about these people? Kelsey really uses all these oils and perfumes? She does smell nice, but that seems like so much work. I like that Lyric is very practical. A girl after my own heart. Alright, we already looked at that. Let's head outside. And then I think he said Kelsey. Ooh. Looking good, Albie. Scare any mean crows today? And then I think we're just... Can we go up here? That's where Kelsey is. Ooh, what's that? I'm not allowed inside the creepy old windmill, which is fine by me. Kelsey says she hears ghosts crying in there at night. Okay, let's not go in the creepy windmill. I think that's a good plan. I'm not talking to you. Mother says I can't have any dessert tonight because you went and told on me. Sorry, Kelsey. I didn't want Graham to... Don't bother! I'm never gonna forgive you. Oh my gosh, Kelsey. I think you'll forgive me at some point. I wish we could sit on the swing. What else is up here? I think the inn is maybe down here. So, or maybe over there. Oh my gosh, this is such a... Pretty.
That view. Oh, that view. Even as a child, I knew how lucky I was to have it. Songbirds flitting across the sky, moonfish shimmering in the lake, and the most romantic sunsets a girl could dream of, steps away from our door. Long, lazy hours I spent soaking it all in.
I love how the story is just like interspersed throughout the game. That's really nice. Alright, where next? Let's see. I think we only have a couple more buildings to go into. I'm gonna guess, yep, that's the inn on the left. And then let's go take a peek in here. I wonder if this is like what this is. Cabinet inventory, 19 star month. Okay, lots of things. Okay. Do all these elixirs and remedies really work? I wonder if this is like kind of like a doctor or like a healer. Dozens of tiny jars, each with a different mixture inside. This one could give you magical strength. That one could infect me with poison. I guess that's why Mr. Joseph labels them so carefully. Okay, yeah, so it's like a alchemist. Hanging herbs by the fireplace helps them dry out quicker. Miss Imelda taught me that when I was little. Is there anything upstairs? Yeah, I think we're just snooping around the town today. Hello? Good afternoon, sweetheart. Or is it evening already? When you get to be my age, time just slips through your fingers. You're not that old. Poppycock, a little too polite for your own good you are. I've lived a very long, very full life, thank you very much. If I bought the farm this very night, stars forgive the thought, I'd not have much to complain about on the path to paradise. Now then, sweetheart, anything I can do for you? These biscuits won't get to baking themselves. Oh, I can give her the dragonberry? I'm gonna give it to her. How delightful. Did you find this in the forest? Rare to find one so perfectly ripe and so juicy. What a dear, always bringing me the berries you find on your little adventures. I'd like to return the favor this time, if I might. Truthfully, I can't take all the credit for the pies you and your little friends love so much. I'm simply following an old family recipe. I've always kept it a secret, but as Joseph and I never had any children of our own, well, I'll need to pass it down to someone, won't I? I'm so glad I took this berry. Imelda's traditional dragonberry pie. Oh my gosh, 2 cups fairy flour, 8 tablespoons of butter, apple cider vinegar, pyre salt, and then dragonberries, more pyre salt, ground cinnamon, and nutmeg. I don't know, but that sounds really good. I don't know what fairy flour is, but I'd like to try it. Oh yum, I can bake my own dragonberry pies with this? Well, it's not as simple as you make it sound. A recipe isn't a magic spell, you know. You've got to work at it, perfect your practice over time. But keep at it, sweetheart, and I dare say your desserts will be the mouth-watering sort before you know it. Okay, thank you so much. I got a recipe. Does that go somewhere? How do I open my pouch? Okay, well, I hope that goes somewhere at some point. The bedroom door is locked. Okay. We will not go in there then. Okay, so that was the apothecary. And I know we're supposed to talk to my mother. Oh. Hello? The sound of the wind chime. Oh, Lyric, what a pleasant surprise. I was just on my way to ask my darling wife for a stroll. So many pretty sights this evening. Pyre lights dancing in the tall grass and that. Perhaps you would care to join us? Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to talk to my mom. But sure. That sounds wonderful, Mr. Joseph. Thank you for the invitation. Such lovely manners. James and Caroline certainly have done right by you and your sister, haven't they? Give me a moment to fetch my dear wife and another for her to fuss in front of the looking-glass. Oh, she'll be so delighted to have you along. I like that we're taking a stroll now. Like, are we actually? I feel like... Oh, off we go. What a perfect evening for a festival. Not a single cloud in the sky. And so many firelights already twinkling in the tree tops, as if they're preparing for their big moment. Are you looking forward to tonight, Lyric? Surely your folks told you what to expect. I don't remember. I don't really remember, but I know there's going to be lots and lots of firelights at the Overlook. Indeed, there will be. It's a mystical gathering that only happens once every 7 years on the night of the summer solstice. Joseph and I have watched it each and every one over the last 50 years, and it never fails to take our breath away. The origins of the festival are simply fascinating. It dates back centuries when Queen Anne still claimed rule over these lands. You must have come across the Queen in your studies, the most vile and wretched tyrant our realm has ever seen. Wow. Does such a charming young girl need to hear this story, Joseph? I can handle it. I've read all sorts of fairy tales. Queen Anne was no fairy tale child. She was regrettably real and horrifyingly cruel in her conquest. Wherever she would send her shadow army, tragedy and plague would follow, cursing and scarring the very land itself. Oh my. Her army set on a chilling march across the northern plains, razing every village in their path. Eventually, when there was nowhere else to run, a small band of survivors fled into these very mountains. They were pursued by the Queen's shadow guard, forced to the very edges of these cliffs. A dire situation indeed. But they never lost hope. This is where things turn around. Dear, I was on a roll. But you're right, of course. Turning to the horizon, the surviving villagers did the only thing they could think to do. They prayed with all their hearts. They prayed to the sky and to the spirits of the friends and the families they had lost. They prayed? What did that do? Well, at that moment, when it seemed their fates were sealed, they turned into the firelights. A dazzling sea of firelights burst forth from the hills and valleys. All of the shadow guard vanished in a single moment. It said that in each firelight shone the spirit of someone who'd fallen at the Queen's hands. Thousands and thousands of them. Oh my gosh. They'd gathered in a blaze of light and magic to force Queen Anne from the mountains and offer sanctuary to those who lived on. Oh my gosh. What a sweet story. That was many years ago, but we still benefit from their blessing today. We owe so much to those gentle spirits. The enchanted glow of the dawn flowers, the rich soil that makes our garden so bountiful. It's all thanks to their magic. That's why the festival is so lovely, a beautiful reminder every 7 years that the firelights are watching over us. Speaking of the festival, why don't we head back up to the village? We wouldn't want to tire ourselves out too much. I'm so glad that we went for this walk. Thank you for joining us, Lyric. Such a pleasant little stroll. I feel like we learned a lot of plot there. Alright. Well, we're back at our bridge. And I think all we have left to do is go talk to our mother in the inn. So I think that's where I'm going to end it today, friends. And in the next episode, we'll dive back in and find out what task we need to complete to help out with the festival for tonight. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next adventure. Goodbye!